fellow crocheters, today I have a lacy scarf tutorial to share with you. I made this scarf with Caron Simply Soft Party yarn. Party yarn has a metallic strand which adds some beautiful sparkle to the finished item. But you can also make it with Caron Simply Soft. It's really up to you. There are 3 repeating rows in the pattern and the fabric looks the same on both sides. I crocheted this scarf along the length, but if you prefer, you can make it crocheting along the width, so probably with 4 pattern repeats. To make the scarf, I used 3 skeins of Caron Simply Soft, and this is how much yarn I have left, about half a skein. So there is enough yarn left to make fringe, but I decided that I like the scarf as it is. The finished measurements are 62 inches long and 9 inches wide. Caron Simply Soft Party in beautiful spring sparkle color. I will work with a hook size H, 5 millimeters. For the purpose of the tutorial, I will make a small sample to demonstrate how the stitch is worked, and you can decide for yourself whether you want to crochet this scarf along the length or along the width. The starting chain must be a multiple of 7 plus 4. For the scarf that I crocheted along the length, I started with 214 chains. But for my sample, I will start with 32 chains. Here I have 32 chains, and the first row is very easy. It's going to be a row of double crochets. Into the 4th chain from the hook, I work the first double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I make a double crochet, and these 3 skipped chains also count as a double crochet. And now I simply make a double crochet into each chain across. Here is my first row, and I have 32 double crochets here. I turn my work and I start the next row with 3 chains, which are going to count as the first double crochet. Then into the next, the second double crochet, I work a double crochet. So here I have 2 double crochets in the beginning of my row. Next, I skip 2 double crochets, 1, 2, and into the next one I work a double crochet. Now 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and now I will work 3 double crochets, inserting the hook under this double crochet that I just made right here. So I work 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. I skip the next 2 double crochets, 1, 2, and into the next one I work a double crochet. Into the next double crochet, again I work a double crochet. And now the row begins to repeat from here. I skip the next 2 double crochets, 1, 2, and into the next one I work a double crochet. 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and 3 double crochets worked around this double crochet that I just made. So this is where I insert the hook. 1, 2, 3. I skip the next 2 double crochets, 1, 2, and into each one of the next 2 double crochets I work a double crochet. So 1 and 2. Now I have 2 pattern repeats, and again the pattern repeats from here. I'll show it one more time. I skip 2 double crochets, and into the next double crochet I work a double crochet. Then 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and around the double crochet just worked I work 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. I skip the next 2 double crochets and work a double crochet into each one of the next 2 double crochets. And that's how I continue crocheting this row. At the end of the row, I'm going to finish with 2 double crochets as well. Here I already made one, and over here I have this last double crochet, which in reality is turning chain 3, and I make a double crochet into the top of those 3 chains. And this is what the first row looks like. I turn my work and I start the next row with 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and these 3 chains count as the first double crochet. And into the next, the second double crochet, I work a double crochet. So here I have 2 double crochets at the beginning of my scarf. Next, 2 chains, 1, 2. I skip the next 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and over here I have 3 chains, and into the top chain of those 3 chains I work a single crochet. Two chains, 1, 2, and into each one of these 2 double crochets I work a double crochet. 1, and into the next one, 2. And the pattern repeats from here. 2 chains, 1, 2. I skip these 3 double crochets, and in top chain of these 3 chains I work a single crochet. 2 chains, 1, 2, and a double crochet into each one of these 2 double crochets. 1, 2. I'll show one more time. 2 chains, 1, 2, skip 3 double crochets and a single crochet into the top chain of 3 chains right here. 2 chains and a double crochet into each one of the next 2 double crochets. Here I am at the end of this row. I already made one of the last 2 double crochets, and here is my turning chain 3. And I'll show you a little trick here. If you make that last double crochet into the top chain, the 3rd chain, the edge is not gonna be very straight. But instead, if you make that last double crochet into the 2nd chain, you'll get a better, straighter edge. Now I turn my work, and for row number 4, I start with 3 chains and a double crochet into the next double crochet. This row is going to be the same as row number 1. This is going to be a row of double crochets. So here I have 2 chains, and into each one of them I make a double crochet. 1, 2. Next I have a single crochet, and into the single crochet I work a double crochet. Now again 2 chains, and into each one of them I work a double crochet. Into each one of the next 2 double crochets I work a double crochet. And again the pattern repeats. Into each chain I will work a double crochet, I will work a double crochet into the single crochet, then again into each chain and into each double crochet. And again at the end of the row, instead of making that last double crochet into the top chain, I'm going to make it into the middle one, the 2nd chain. And from this point, the pattern begins to repeat from row number 2. There are 3 repeating rows in the pattern, row number 2, 3, and 4. And here let me show you the bigger piece.